Hi friends, welcome or hopefully welcome back to my channel. Happy to have you guys here. Today I was thinking we could get into different book genres and what they mean. I will say I am no expert, but this is just kind of what I found from Google and from watching so many other booktubers. I just found myself having a lot of questions when it came to getting into booktube. I am fairly new. I just started maybe a year ago watching booktube, and I found myself just having a lot of questions with what some of these genres meant. Started looking some stuff up and just writing it down, and that's how this idea popped into my head. So today I'm just gonna kind of list some of the most like favorite book genres or most popular and just kind of talk about them and then give examples of those books. So let's get into it. So I have my handy dandy notebook here. If you guys watched last week, I did my reading journal and it was a bit of a mess, okay? That was my first one I've ever done, but I was proud that I got it done. This is one of my kind of keeps track more of my booktube side of things. So yeah, this is where I have my stuff written for today. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So first on my list of genres, I have science fiction. So what I was kind of reading, this is more like, obviously science fiction can be like sociology, anthropology, kind of talks more about things that could be happening in the future. So one of the books, I don't actually own one here, but one of the books that I've seen quite a bit, and it's under this genre of science fiction, was the book Hail Mary. This is something I want to read, definitely. I've seen a lot of good reviews about this book. I've been told that it's this man alone. He goes on this mission, like a long time in the future. He's like, what is it called when you're like put under for like a very long time? I don't know. I haven't read the book yet, but this is what I heard. And there's 3 people total that were sent on this mission, and it turns out that man is the only one that is like alive to see the mission through, and he loses his full memory. So this is one of those science fiction genres, and I hopefully plan to read this one, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. So that's the first one. Dystopian. This is another genre I hear a lot, and I had no idea what it meant. So this one, from like what I've seen and heard, it's kind of like bleak, frightening future. A book that I can think of that has like a dystopian kind of bleak setting is the Hunger Games. I found this copy at the Goodwill, okay, so I know it's a little dingy, but like I was so happy that I saw this one and Catching Fire there. I actually haven't read these books yet, but I have seen the movie, and you know how it's just kind of like, even like the color of the movie in the beginning is like gray and just like sad. They're living in sad times, like these people are going off to war to die, and that's part of their culture. So yeah, so that's dystopian. So I lost my page. So next I have mystery. There's different types of mystery that I've seen. Like there's, what I hear a lot is like cozy mystery. So something that won't have you feeling like scared, but more just like wanting to find out what's going on, wanting to read into every single clue in the book to find out what is actually going on. One of the mysteries that I have, so a book that I would consider, mystery, was this book, The Perfect Marriage. I actually just read this month, and I absolutely love this book. I'm going to talk about it in my reading wrap-up, so I won't go into too much detail, but it definitely kept me on the edge of my seat. The whole time I thought maybe, oh, I know what's going on. I didn't know. This is definitely a great mystery. So I think mystery is kind of easy to understand. Like that one doesn't need a lot of explaining. Next is fantasy, and I'm sure you guys, this is another super popular genre. Do you already know which book I'm gonna bring up for my fantasy? Is A Court of Thorns and Roses. This was actually my first book in the fantasy or romantasy genre, and I absolutely fell in love with it. You know what? I've been reading so many books, and I've just been craving a fantasy, and I think my next video idea, I'm going to be starting the Throne of Glass series. I have the first few books, but I'm getting off topic. Fantasy is like magical, fairies. I don't even know how best to describe it. It's just something that wouldn't be of this world, but makes you feel like it is a real world. I probably didn't describe that very well, but I think fantasy is another one that's pretty easy to understand. So next I have I saw this one on top genres, and that's horror. I don't think I'm like really, that's not my style. I feel like when I read something, I don't want to be scared. And when I think horror, I think like the feeling that you get when you're like genuinely scared, like your pulse is racing, you feel fear. Like I don't want to read that, because I've read a few like psychological thrillers that make me feel like once I stop reading it, it's like I have to watch Disney or something because I can't sleep because I'm scared. So like it's not my genre, but I know of a lot of people that love horror or true crime. True crime's actually on this list too. And again, not really my style, because I like happiness. Not even that, like I love a sad book every once in a while, but like I don't like the feeling of being scared. That's why I can't watch like Law and Order or CSI. Is CSI even still a thing anymore? I don't know. Or what are Criminal Minds? Like I can't watch that stuff before bed because I just can't. I can't do it. I'm a scaredy cat. But I know a lot of people that love that genre. Next is contemporary fiction. So this one is one of those genres that I'm like, what is contemporary fiction? But really it's just exactly what it sounds like. So what I was kind of reading on the internet is like fiction, like present day. And a lot of these are like a book can be like several different genres in one, like young adult, contemporary fiction, mystery, you know? Like I feel like the book I'm reading right now, I'm just finishing the Inheritance Games, and I feel like that could be under contemporary fiction. I might be completely wrong on that. Don't come for me. Anyways, so yeah, a book that I chose to show for this one, for contemporary fiction, this is kind of just what I was seeing on the internet. This is what pulled up, but a contemporary fiction example would be A Little Life. Now this book, I haven't started reading this one yet, but like it's fiction is just fake. Like words on pages. How I grew up remembering what fiction, nonfiction, not fake. Did anybody else remember it that way? Anyways, that's contemporary fiction. And then we have literary fiction. So this is kind of like the same idea, but it has like an artistic value to it, is what I was reading. If someone can explain this better and knows better about these different genres, feel free to leave that in the comments. This is supposed to be to like telling you guys about these different genres, but really maybe this is my cry for help to help me understand them a little bit more. Let's see. So an example of the literary fiction that I kind of saw on the internet was Where the Crawdads Sing. I haven't finished this book either. I got like 40 pages in. And then I watched the movie. Some of these other ones are pretty self-explanatory. Like we all know what a romance is. I'm pretty sure, right? Did I even pick out a romance? I don't know. Next, like genres that I kind of want to start reading some more are the graphic novel, short stories. So I watched this one booktuber, what is her name? Newly Nova. She had recommended this short story. It's like a book, so it's like 6 stories in one, and I think a novella included, and it's called The Office of Historical Corrections. The Office of Historical Corrections. I believe that's what it is. And I don't know, I sometimes feel like I'm reading all these books, but am I learning? It's like, yes, I do it for escapism, but I want to be learning. I do find myself like saying bigger words. Oh god, that doesn't make me sound smarter, but like I do enjoy that. I want to be challenged and learn just different ways to speak the English language. I wish I do watch some of these booktubers talk about wanting to read in like another language. That, like, how do you do that? Unless you Google like the whole book. How do you do that? Is that to learn the language? I don't know. That'd be really cool. Definitely a challenge. Moving on. Next we have like this one I see a lot too. New adult, or like a coming of age book. At first I didn't really know what that means, and that is definitely kind of self-explanatory, but that's kind of like, as I was reading about it, it was saying, you know, after like high school, college, entering like your adult era, like from like teens, early 20s into like, you know, your adult era after college, when you're supposed to get your shit together. The era I'm supposed to be in, okay? Anyways, moving on. Nonfiction. So there's only a few that are on this list where I know that there's like a million genres. Like not a million, but like at least like probably 100 different ones if you're really wanting to be like nitpicky about it. But so these are the ones that I kind of saw the most. So there's the memoir and autobiography, and then there's biography. And what I kind of understood from this was that the memoir and autobiography is told by the actual person themselves, whereas like a biography is in third person, so someone else is writing their story for them, from my understanding. I don't know, I might have that wrong. And then there's self-help. This is one of my favorite non-fiction genres. So self-help can range from anywhere, you know, to like your body health, your mental health, your financial health. That's actually one of my favorite. So this is actually one of my favorite audiobooks to listen to, and it does have to do with financial, you know, health and wellness. You Are a Badass at Making Money. When I read this, I feel like if you need a book that is, you feel like you need to motivate yourself financially, like, but still not sit there and talk about statistical things, or like, this really inspired me and had me laughing throughout the book, and motivated me. Like, I really enjoy Jen Sincero and her writing. Like, it's so easy to get through. Definitely recommend this book. And all of her books, she has like a whole series. They're all You Are a Badass. I've read all of them. Or the audiobook versions, and then I purchased the books to annotate. Also in the nonfiction genres, we have true crime. This I kind of already touched on. Just these are real crimes, which is even more scary than the genre like horror where they're faking all these details. So true crime actually talks about these horrific crimes that happened in, you know, our day and age, and that's scary. I don't want to read about it. I don't, because let me just live in my fake bubble, okay? Like, the bad people are over there, I'm over here. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to know about them. Even though that sounds so naive, I'm rambling, but like always, women, especially women with children, keep your head on a swivel. What did I just read? Or I just watched on Netflix, I think it's called The American Horror or something about this. I don't know, go watch it, you guys. It's new and it's out, and you should go watch it, because I was like, oh my God, I was really tired, but I couldn't fall asleep because I was so into it. And it just kind of tells how scary, how real and scary some people in this earth can be. Now that I have gone off on a tangent, let's go back to where we were at. I'm kind of almost done. There's like humor nonfiction. What that really means, I'm not sure. I think that means that you just are laughing throughout the whole book, but like, what's the story there, you know? And lastly, there's essays. These are another genre that I haven't read a lot. I haven't read any, I don't think. And I think essays, I think obviously like college, school, high school, but like, so can somebody give me some recommendations for some like good short, or I don't know, they don't even need to be short, good essays? Because I'm assuming if it's an essay, it can't be that long. I don't know, I need guidance. Someone throw some good recommendations my way. Anyways, this was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this or learned a thing or two from this, because I know I did while I was trying to make some notes. I'm thinking my next video, I wanted to start like a reading vlog, do like my first reading vlog, which I don't really know what I'm doing, so bear with me, but it's a learning experience for me, and I would love to join other booktubers that are starting their journey. Please let me know. I will subscribe, I will watch, and we could do this together. Anyways, friends, I'll see you next week. I plan on doing my reading vlog, which I already said, so bye.